Today I'm going to be making some dinner rolls in a Dutch oven. I mixed this dough up last night. It's a pretty simple recipe. It sits overnight to allow the yeast to do its work. It's a half a cup of water, package of yeast or 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, 1/4 cup of lard melted, 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 eggs, a half a teaspoon salt, and 2 cups of flour. So what we're doing now is just taking this out, and we're going to divide it into 12 pieces and then roll it into balls. Now if you're making this on a camping trip, good trick is to mix all your ingredients together in a giant Ziploc bag. Then you can just throw that in the cooler overnight to let the dough rise. Then you really have no mess. You just throw the bag away whenever you're done. Well, I guess we're only making 10 today. Didn't do that quite right. That's okay. And the next step is to put these in your greased Dutch oven. I like to grease mine with lard. Put them in there and let them rise for an hour. Then you're ready to bake. And there we are with all of our rolls in the Dutch oven. Guess I proved I can't count because there did end up being 12 of them. Not sure what I was thinking. Anyway, that's what they look like. We're going to let them rise for about an hour, and then we'll fire up our charcoal and cook them. Okay, our dough's been rising for about 45 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and get our coals ready. For this recipe, we're going to put 11 coals on the bottom and 13 on the top. Said before, if you do not have one of these chimneys, I highly suggest you get one. It makes it a lot easier to get your coal started. Looks like our coals are just about ready. If you haven't seen any of my other videos and you're wondering why we're using charcoal to cook with a Dutch oven, you can do this over a campfire with some hot coals from a campfire, but with charcoal briquettes, it's a predictable and reliable way to make sure that your cooking times and your temperatures are pretty even. If you put 10 coals on the bottom and 12 on the top, that'll consistently get you about a 350 degree temperature. So any recipe that calls for 350 degrees, You can put 10 on the bottom and 12 on the top. And it's about 25 or 30 degrees for every 2 coals that you add. Normally you add 1 additional coal to the top and 1 additional coal to the bottom. So for this recipe, we wanted about 375, so we're going to put 11 coals on the bottom and 13 in the top. And in case you haven't noticed, I've got the lid inverted so that it holds the coals. Okay, it's been about 25 minutes. Let's open this up and see what we got. I think that's about done. So I'm going to go ahead and take this inside. Here we are with our dinner rolls. Nice and brown on the bottom, maybe a little bit overdone. Not bad. Nice texture to it. That's how you make dinner rolls in a Dutch oven. Check out my other videos.